welcome to this under 10 demo. I'm Gisele Grenier from artplace.ca. So what I thought I'd do today is basically show you how you can add some quick and easy texture to your art journal or to a canvas or a multimedia support. Typically I like to use modeling paste, but it takes a long time to dry, so I'm going to show you how to do it by just using a basic napkin. Okay, this is just a napkin that we had from Christmas time, and what I'm going to do is the napkin is two-parted, and I have to find the, there we go, take the white backing off of it. Okay, this piece here, because we're just doing it for texture, I'm just going to use this one here because this is really boring, so we're going to cover this anyways with paint. This, though, is great for actually layering where you want to. Think of when we do glazing with color, we glaze to show the color underneath. That's what I use this for. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. So I've got this, and I've got my it's just my plain old post-shot journal. This is just a basic one that I practice some techniques and do stuff, but it's a nice big surface. I've got some Prima gloss gel, and all I'm going to do, now this can get kind of messy. I'm just using a bristle brush, and I'm going to put this on nice and thick. And I like using the Prima gloss gel, first of all, because it's nice shiny finish. You can use anything though, matte or satin, but it's an extender as well, so it gives me a bit more time to work on larger pieces, and that's really important. Now this is a really nice technique because when you want to put texture in your backgrounds, whether it's for landscapes or just a regular multimedia piece or whatever, getting texture, especially if you use something like modeling paste, it can get, you can end up using a lot of it, and it can get expensive, but this is a really neat way. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm kind of going to crumple this up like this, and I'm going to lay it down, and I'm just going to kind of get this here. Now, the more wrinkles, the better. Okay. See, this is where the gloss, I torn it, don't care. This is where the extender part comes in. It's giving me time to do the work. Okay. Okay. Then with that done, I'm going to take misting bottle, and I'm just going to lightly mist a little bit of water on there. Then take a little bit more extender, and I'm just going to put this down. And what this is going to do is going to seal it to the support. Okay, and in this case, it's just multimedia paper. I remember a piece that I was doing, a huge canvas, and I ended up using 2 jars of modeling paste for this. Okay, so you're just gonna do all this, and where if you want tears, you can push it aside. To get tears, the more texture, the better. Okay, so you're gonna do that. I'm going to put this aside, and then what you're going to end up with is something like this. Okay, so this is an actual graphic journal that I have, and this is just a piece of Strathmore paper that I've bound myself, and so that's what you end up with. Okay, so what you do at this point is I've got a little bit of paint put out on my palette right here, and I've got some white, some gold, some silver, and some ivory black, and it's just Prima acrylics. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black, and I'm going to just really scrub that in. Using a hog bristle brush is ideal for this because it is very rough. Don't use your really good brushes for this. Now the brush I'm using is what I call a good brush, quality brush, but I've had it for so many years that the bristles have worn down. I don't throw away my brushes. I always find a use for them. Okay, so I've got this, and I'm going to take my heat gun, and I'm just going to dry it. Now you don't have to dry it with a gun. You can let it dry naturally. I'm just doing this to save time. Okay. And then from here, you can then, on the same dirty brush, I can pick up a little bit of silver and I can just lightly go over, pick up some gold, lightly go over, and what's going to happen is that the paint is going to be grabbing onto all the peaks in your texture. Okay? And you don't want to press too hard because you don't want to push the paint inside your peak. So this is why it's really, really good. The more texture, the better. Okay, and you can do this with any color. Okay, if I do a little bit of white, I can go right over here with a little bit of white. That's really, really noticeable. Chaos was on my desk. Here's a chaos hair. Chaos DNA in my artwork. Okay, see that? So, and then from there you would just do this as many times as you want. And what you'll end up with is I have one here that's all nice and finished. Now this is basically is this my cover? Yes, this is my cover. And I've got this one done, and look at that beautiful texture on here. Okay, and again, you can do this with as many layers as you want. You can do it with, you know, with any colors that you want, but look at all the peaks and ridges and how nice it is. And then from here, it's just a matter of just, you know, layering additional pieces for texture. I'm using these colors because it's a very high graphic art journal for a painting I'm working on, and where I'm doing all my studies. But if you think of what you can do with this, if you think of doing this with earth tones and greens, this would be an amazing technique and texture for, let's say, a floral painting. Okay, look at that. All right, so there's a very quick and inexpensive way to create some texture for your artwork.